To simplify the square root of 54, my first step is to factor what's under the radical, or in this case, to factor 54. So let's do that. To factor 54, my first step is to create a prime factorization tree, which looks like that. That tells me that 54 can be factored into 2 times 27, which can then be factored into 3 times 9, which can then be factored into 3 times 3. So I know that my prime factors of 54 are 3 times 3 times 2 times 3. Now that I know those factors, I can use that fact to help me rewrite the original expression. So I can say that the square root of 54 is equal to the square root of the product of its factors, or in this case, 3 times 3 times 2 times 3. My next step is to circle any pair I may have. So I see I have a pair of 3's right there, so I'm going to circle it. My next step is to cross out that pair of 3's and bring a single 3 outside, so it looks like that. My final step is to multiply any terms outside the radical as necessary and inside the radical as necessary. But when I look outside the radical, I see I have a single 3, so I don't need to do that. Inside the radical, however, I have a 2 times 3, and 2 times 3 is 6. So my final answer is going to be what's outside the radical 3 times the square root of what's inside the radical 6. So 3 radical 6 is my final answer, and I can't factor any more than that.